Hi everyone, this is Christian Sasso. Today I want to show you the progress made so far on a game called Ingrid. I have been developing this game as part of the game studio class I'm taking in Cogswell. And the story is that the Prairie Rainbow Company, that is a real company, here you are, they make blocks made of wood and they sell them to schools. And these are essentially games that teach children how to perform multiplication, addition, subtraction. And what they ask Cogswell to do is to develop a digital game that works on touch devices like iPads, iPhones, and Android tablets that can be used to teach children the concept of a place value and to work with bases other than 10, for instance, the binary base. Now, place value is this concept that the digits in a number, even though they may be the same digit, they have different value. For instance, in number 22, the 2's have different value because the first to the right is 2 units and the second to the left is 2 tenths. So even though 2 is 2, because it's in a different position, is worth differently. And so I came up with a design that now I'm going to show you. The game running in Unity. Now the game is not complete, and we have done pretty good progress with the overall infrastructure, and we are at a good point with level 1, and we already started working on level 2. And the game I designed is based on blocks also, in digital form of course, and stack of blocks. Now it is somewhat of a puzzle game, but there is a storyline. This is the main character, this black guy here. Her name is Ingrid, and she has to save her friend who was captured by the trolls. And while she tries to save her friend, she has to solve puzzles. So to the right we can do free play, and that means we can just play the puzzles, or to the left we have story mode. So we can press start and go in story mode. Now I'm controlling with the mouse because I'm testing it on a PC, but it would be similarly controlled on an iPad. Instead of the mouse click, I would use my fingers to click around. So the character essentially goes where you click and walks through the level till it gets to her friend, and he proposes her to play this puzzle. Now the dialogues are not there printed, but that's what it is about. He asks her to solve this for her because she has problems with this. So what we have is, see for instance, we have a block, the yellow one, that is 1,000 smaller blocks. And so from this you have already understood that level 1 is in base 10. Because that's the base children are the most familiar with, so we think it's better to start with something that is well known. Then we have other blocks that are like plates. Each plate is 100 blocks. Then we have what we call the sticks. They are 10 each. And then we have the units. They are red. They are small blocks. They're kind of like the thousands, but very small. And we have essentially 2 sets of 4 stacks, to the left and to the right. Now, on the right, we don't have the 1,000 one, but if there was one, it would be like this. And you already see that you can move by doing swiping the blocks up and down and left and right. You can also, for instance, convert blocks. For instance, you have a plate, you can move it and make 10 sticks with it. So it looks even visually the same, it's just that plates are horizontally placed and the sticks are stacked vertically. But if I click and I move it back, see, it makes 100 plate back. Of course, if say I remove 1 10 and then I try to make the plate, I can't, because I have to have 10 to make a plate. So this teaches borrowing and carry on to the children by means of swiping, and then there is this visual acknowledgement. Now the purpose of the game here is to simply make children, by the way, when I was clicking here, it was refusing to put these blocks at the top down because there are already 10. So if I click, it doesn't work. But let's say I move them away, then I can. So the purpose of the game is to have the same values in the stacks above. So for instance, if I have one plate on the left and one on the right, they disappear. Now, I have disabled this feature for so far, also for the sake of this demo, so that it doesn't last too long. But essentially, after every move, new blocks would appear up to a certain maximum. And so the initial blocks are not the only ones in a level, but just to simplify things, right now it is the case. So what if I want to, say, combine the same amount, like 4 plates here and there? I have only 3, so I have to remove 1 to combine it. Then I can try to make, to move this here. Let's see how many I can make. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can try to place 1 here. Okay, I got rid of all of them so far except these. Now I have 1,000 and 100. That means if I split them in 2, they are 550 each. So let's start with placing these here. I break it down into hundreds and then I move them here. So I can do better than 5 for now, but I can always break down this and go. Now I have a 50 and 50, 50 one side, 50 the other. Notice that they don't have to be the same, so like I can have 5 sticks that are 50 and 4 sticks and 10 ones. Still works. 10 ones. Still works because the value is the same. So again, it doesn't matter how things look. What matters is their value. So we can continue, and level 2 is a binary level. So the blocks respect there can be only at most 2 in a stack, and then you do carryover based on that, borrowing based on that, and swiping, it's all consistent with that. So we have to walk a little bit and get to the second puzzle. Here the blocks will be used to build the bridge. For now this is disabled. So you see we have cubes now that are 2 times 2 times 2 because each cube is 2 to the power of 3, so it's 8. And so what can we do to combine things? But for instance, we can combine them like this there, move it up. And yeah, we cannot move it down because it is already taken. Okay, now we can. We're already 2 double quotes, binary 100, so you cannot put 1/3 one. So we can, so the ones disappeared, and now we can, for instance, take the binary 100, combine them, 10 binary 10, combine it, and the 1,000 here, again binary 1,000, and we can break it down into binary hundreds, combine them. This one we can break it down, combine each, and then break it down further and bring it here to the other side, and I have to find where it is, and then bring it up. Alright, and then we can continue, and there are other puzzles. So notice that again, once the blocks that are initially present in a level are not all the ones that are present, more are added. Kind of like Tetris, you keep getting pieces, and up to a maximum, of course. So there's always a limit to the number of blocks in a level, and it's always guaranteed that their value is even, so that it's possible to separate them into 2 stacks. And pretty much this is the game. And it gets more difficult when you go on because the puzzles require more shuffling. In fact, this puzzle, the first one, the first 2 that I showed you, are actually more complicated than the ones we are planning to have. I just modified them for the sake of this demo, just to provide for more situations. But the initial ones have really few blocks that are meant to teach the children how to perform basic operations. It's only later they become more complicated, like the ones we saw. And at the end, the main character gets to a statue that is a friend that will help the Ingrid to go to next level in the story. We call them, we have two types of levels, the puzzle levels and the levels in the story. And that's pretty much it. The final puzzle is not yet activated because level 2 is not complete yet. But this should have given you an idea of what the logic of the puzzles is and how it is all tied together. Thank you very much for your attention, and bye.